Hunter, politics editor at the Register. And our last candidate today is about to take the stage. He's Jonathan Narcisse. He's representing the Iowa Party, and he's from Des Moines, running for governor. Of course, his opponents this time around are the Republican incumbent, Terry Branstad, and the Democrat, Jack Hatch of Des Moines. Jonathan, you're up.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone, and I'm just happy that it hasn't rained yet. Hope you are enjoying the fair and enjoying all the wonderful things out here, from the corn dogs to the gyros. I'd like to start off just by saying, well, also thank you to the Register for including me in this. I've had a chance over the past few years to travel all 99 counties in Iowa, and I've developed a great affection for this state. Iowa not only is a wonderful place when you look out over the landscape, but the people are pretty amazing also. You know, one of the experiences I recall, I had a button that snapped off my coat, and I was trying to find in this small town someone to fix it, and there was no tailor. So they sent me out to the country to this lady, and she fixed it. And I said, how much do I owe you? She said, oh no, that's okay. Offered me a cool glass of water, and we chatted. She was a retired teacher. But to me, that's an example of the kind of quality we have in this state. I'm proud and honored to be one of you, and I'm proud and honored to be able to run for this office. Now, realistically, as an independent, I have to have objectives beyond either being elected governor or not. I don't honestly know how it will turn out, but we are very excited about the things we can accomplish. Chief amongst them, creating a new, unique Iowa party that is focused on what's happening in this state. I won't go into a lot of details about the caucuses and how the caucuses tend to have the parties focus more on national agenda, but we have a lot of issues at the school district level, at the city council level, at the county level, and even in the executive branch of state government that need attention. And we're going to, on November 4th, receive enough votes to create a vehicle to address those issues on behalf of Iowa. Now, one of the things that I learned over the past 4 years is that my job is not to have all the answers. I used to think that my job was to be the advocate-in-chief and to have all the answers, but that's not the job of the governor of Iowa. The job of the governor of Iowa is really very simple. It is to identify and appoint good, honest, efficient, effective, competent men and women to public office, whether it's high office or boards and commissions. Men and women who will put the interests of the state, our citizens, our taxpayers, our children and family first. And then after he appoints those individuals, to hold them accountable. That's his job. It's to provide leadership to this state. It's to provide a tone to this state. And I can do that. Now, when I had a chance to speak at the Iowa Newspaper Association last winter, they were stunned when after about 3 or 4 minutes I said, are there any questions? Well, you all will probably be stunned also, because at this time I'm going to ask, are there any questions? And if not, I'm going to do what a lot of politicians won't do. I'm going to leave the rest of my time. I'm going to let you all go and enjoy the fair, and I'm going to go get a pork chop on a stick. So are there any questions that anyone has?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
What do you think would be the best vehicle and the best opportunity for the next generation to be greater than this generation?
The question was, what do I think the vehicle is for the next generation to be greater than this generation? I think that the first thing that we have to have is a leadership that is actually committed to our young people. When I was growing up, the political debate was, should we raise taxes on the rich or should we cut taxes on the rich? And unfortunately, in many instances, we currently operate where we raise taxes on working Iowans and we give these huge tax breaks and these huge government giveaways to big business. So we have to have the kind of leadership that actually is willing to prioritize keeping our young people in this state and creating opportunity for them. What I have recommended in my campaign, and we have a way to pay for it, is to say to the young people in our state, we will provide you a free college education to our Regis institutions or a comparable cash match to private schools in this state if you will stay in this state a year for every year we pay for, and if you give us 40 hours community service a summer. Now from there we talk about an urban and rural resettlement strategy. When you go to our decaying urban areas, or you go to our dying rural communities, they already have roads and poles and sewers. They don't need infrastructure. And right now what we do as a state, we say to developers, if you go and pour concrete over our rich black soil and cannibalize our farmland, we'll give you tax incentives or we'll give you tax credits, and then we'll have taxpayers put in roads and poles and sewers. But if you go into decaying urban Iowa or dying rural Iowa, we tax you, and we tax you heavily. So what I want to do is create a way that we can get young people back to rural Iowa, so that we can get young people back to Forest and Clark and College in Des Moines, or Douglas in Sioux City, and rebuild this state based on our young people. So that's one of the things we focus on. We also focus, again, heavily on education, and that includes expanding early childhood education offerings to all children in Iowa, not just those in Head Start or a few select preschool programs. Are there any other questions?
I walked in late. Could you reintroduce yourself?
My name is Jonathan Narcisse. I'm running for governor here in Iowa. I'm running on the Iowa Party ticket. We'd like to win, but our first focus is on getting enough votes that we create a new, unique political party in Iowa. I don't want to get negative in this forum, and I don't think I have to, but some of us just don't think that the Republican and Democratic parties, as they're constructed now, have done all that they really should in the best interest of the voters, especially the citizens of Iowa and our children. So we want to create a mechanism where we really can focus on what the needs of our state are and put the best interests of Iowans first.
Where is the Iowa Party headquartered? When was it founded?
Well, the Iowa Party will be headquartered in Des Moines, and it'll be founded on November 4th when we secure enough votes. So that's the key. Last time I ran, and we really didn't have a clue of what we were doing. It was a wonderful campaign. And I tell folks, my very favorite moment of the whole campaign 4 years ago is when the editor of the O'Brien County Bee said, "Can you fix Medicaid?" And I had a whiteboard that I carried, and I had this briefcase with all kind of books and data, and I got off our RV and we sat there for an hour and a half, and I showed her how we could fix Medicaid, and it was a wonderful experience. But if I would have understood the job of a governor, that I have people who I have to appoint to do the job, I probably would have came back to Des Moines and Waterloo and picked up the few hundred votes we needed to create a party then. So we learned a lot. You know, we learned that we need to create a 99 county organization. We learned that we need to raise some money. We learned that we need to stay focused. And again, a governor's job isn't to have all the answers. If we have the smartest person in the world running, the fact of the matter is they can't run education, cultural affairs, and corrections all at the same time. So you have to appoint good people, and then you have to hold them accountable to results. Any other questions? Well, thank you, Carol, so much for this opportunity, and I will give you back the mic.
Thank you, Jonathan.
One other thing I need to say. NarcisseForGovernor.com, that's a website. 515-770-1218 is my number. And vote Narcisse. You know, I didn't know to say that last time either. Vote Narcisse on November 4th.